G'day YouTube, my name's Lance. Welcome to Bundy Bear's Shed. Well, the weather report, it's look, it's a little overcast today. 20 to 28 degrees with forecast a shower or two. And it's Easter Monday when I'm filming the stew here. April the 1st, April Fool's Day. And yeah, over the weekend it's been pretty good. We've had a few showers early. Yesterday was a lovely sunny day, but today looks like we're going to have showers again. So, but I haven't been doing any filming. I've been having a bit of a break from filming. Yeah, over the time you set yourself these goals and things you want to film, and your shed gets full of junk because you think, well, I can't put that together yet. I've got to film it, and I can't do that yet. I've got to wait till the weather's right or the noise is gone. So. I've just decided just a couple of jobs, I'm just going to knock them through just to get them done. And one of them is the bonnet on the 135. How you remember before I went away from holidays, I I painted all the grill for the 13-inch grill, and I've got the 13-inch grill mounted, and I had a bugger of a time yesterday getting the dash bolts mounted down the side, and I've put a couple of little scratches in where, you know, you push one side and it, yeah, anyway, I probably need an extra set of hands, but didn't have that. But I'll take it for a little walk shortly. But what happened is where the bolts on the hinges for the flap on the 135 go down, with the 14-inch grill, they were up high enough not to worry the tank. Now with the 13-inch grill, it's got to come down an inch. Well, those bolts are hitting the fuel tank, so now I've got to jack it up, get in under there, and probably take the bolts out, shorten them, and then put them back in, I would say, and then I can get the front bolts back in. But oh, it took me hours yesterday just to try and get the dash sorted, and where the 14-inch dash sat up a little bit, the holes lined up, but when you put the 13-inch down a bit, it didn't want to with the dash. But I remember when I was restoring the tractor, the dash had a big bougie, like a big hit down one side, and where the bolt holes are, it was bent back, so I straightened it up, and I've straightened it to fit the 14-inch grill, and the 13-inch grill was a bit different. So so this morning I'm hoping to get that job done if I can. But I'll take it for a walk, but I'm not going to film me fiddling around. We're back from holidays, and we walked back in the door, and back to normality. Yeah, just flat out. Yeah, we had to tidy the yard up and yeah, jump on the mower and spray. We have this rat's tail grass that we got to get rid of, and do that. Then I've been around some nice sheds, nice tidy looking sheds, and I walked back into mine, and I thought, well, if I had someone coming in here to have a look, what a bloody shit fight. It's just a mess. And so I've been working on doing that. I've got the camper trailer out up at the house, up at the carport at the house now. There's a couple of little jobs I want to do on it. We have some friends, YouTube friends, that have a YouTube channel running amok off grid up in Mount Perry, and we've had a bit of contact with them over the time, and 20th of this month they're getting married, and they've invited us up for the wedding. So there was a couple of jobs I thought I needed to do on the camper, and so I've got it up there. We're airing it out, and we're actually putting marks on all the poles where we need to just go straight up with them instead of fiddling. And we're just changing a few things that we'd like to change. I may even look at changing the hubs to the 5-stud Land Cruiser pattern. So if we're out west somewhere, or wherever we're travelling, one of the spares off the Land Cruiser will fit on if shit hits the fan big time. So it's out of here, so that's made a bit of a gap. So I've got the 135 backed in to the front door there. I've put the mirror bracket on now for registration. The tractor's fully registered, it's just I haven't got around to doing this stuff. So I've got the mirror there now. I've wired the flashing light up the top, and part of the finishing the tractor off properly was replacing that 14-inch grill with a 13-inch grill. So that's given me a bit of drama, but that's all right. Hopefully I'll get to do that today. We had a great holiday. Seems so long ago. You've been back at work for a week, and and all your memories and your fun you had seem so long ago now. Yeah, you just get caught up in the humdrum of coming back, and yeah, it's I feel like another holiday. But we had a great time. We went and saw Jeff Parsons' collection. Jeff's got a TE with a V8 in it, but the thing I was spun my wheels in Jeff's shed was he's got a little TE F20 running with a FE35 rotary injection pump, and I knew he was doing it. We'd chatted about it over time and things like that, and yeah, I like that idea. And he's actually given me the drawings of the housing he made, so I can get one made, and the shaft that they made and all that sort of thing. So there's been a bit of engineering gone into it, but yeah, I like that. And even though the V8's nice, I just like the. There's a lot of engineering in both, but that little TEF20, I just like that for some reason. No idea why. But yeah, Jeff's got a lovely shed with yeah, nice collection of stuff in it, and yeah, it was yeah, good to come down and have a yarn to Jeff and his mates, and yeah, yeah, we had lunch, and yeah, just had a good day in general. Then we ended up down on the edge of Lake Macquarie. Yeah, Macquarie, just south of Newcastle. So Newcastle, I think it is. Anyway, but look, we had a great run. We went over to Naya, which is on the Murray River, and we had a look at Ron Dine's Ford tractor collection. I have got quite a bit of footage of that, and I don't know when I'm going to get the footage of our holidays out. At Jeff's place, I took some footage, and I got a couple of cameras going because I felt there was something wrong with one, and I've had a card fail, so I don't know what I've got there. I've for safety's sake, I've put it all on a laptop as well as a backup, but I'm not sure how we go there. Ron Dine's, I just walked up and down the rows of tractors just to give you an idea what's there. Look, that'll come up in a week or so. I don't know, we're just back in the humdrum of things, and the international famous of the club, I've got a bit to do there too. But yeah, then we went to the Lost Trades Fair in Ballarat, Bendigo, sorry, and that was a 2-day thing. We went both days, and look, if you're ever down there and you have a chance to pop in and have a look at that, have a look at it. It's there was a bloke making car panels on an English wheel, and full aluminium body on this car, just beautiful. No paint, just bare aluminium, and bloody lovely work. They actually moved a big blacksmith's power hammer into the site, and a fella had that running with an electric motor running it. And yeah, they had blacksmithing, they had hand shearing. We jumped on a horse and cart and went for a bit of a lap. They had the vintage stationary engines. They had a local club there with a bit of a display. They had if you got me with me dicky knees, I was always looking for a chance to have a sit down just to rest them up a bit so I could go the next bit. And they have a music tent there, and you could sit there, and every 20 minutes a new artist would come on and they'd do a gig for like 40 minutes or something like that, and the next people had set up. So we watched that a bit, that was good. They had Clydesdale horses, boot makers, leather workers, a bloke, 3 or 4 knife makers, all different sorts of knives, like folding pocket knives and all that. A bloke that made locks, keys, for the old style locks, with the 2 big knobs and the big black square housing, rectangle housing. And yeah, there was just interesting stuff, woodworking, a lot of woodworking and things like that. But there was always something to look at. A couple of different flavours of food to taste while you were there, and but yeah, look, it was really well worth going. But we zigzagged all over the place a bit. We had to almost drive past Bendigo to go up to Naya, because the Naya Tractor Museum was only open certain days, then come back to Bendigo, then drive back up sort of past Naya to get up to John the Tank Man Gilbert. He made us some international famous cooling tank and a couple of fuel tanks for upcoming jobs. And while we were there, he said, oh, you'd be mad if you don't go and have a look in my son's shed while you're going to come this far. So he rang his son, and Russell Gilbert, and he said, yeah, okay, after 3 o'clock. So we went and booked a motel and got organised and went out and saw Russell. Well, gee, I'm glad I did. Hell of a nice fella. And he was on the Desert Collectors. There's I think it's a 7-mate program or something like that, Desert Collectors one time, and I can remember watching it. And they went into his shed, and the first part of the shed would have to be 6 by 9 or 12 metres long, probably 12. And he's got this golden fleece can collection. And look, I didn't take photos in there. I took a photo of me and Russell, got Judy to take a photo of us having a chat, but I just thought it was rude to put what's in your shed out on the social media everywhere. You know, that might be how things get knocked off and things, I'm not sure. Beautiful collection, but he was on Desert Collectors. Yeah, they took the TV cameras in there, but they didn't actually say where he was. And then the next shed over of Russell's was mostly full of Hornsby engines. Oh, he had some lovely engines there, big engines, you know, with cylinders this round on them, and yeah, an inboard side shaft engine, which is bloody rare. Yeah, there's a side shaft coming up to work the valves and all that, and yeah, that was nice. So yeah, that was just an added bonus, and then from there we shot across into South Australia, went to Renmark, Berry, Loxton. Then there's like a Menindee Lake, and we thought we'd camp there, but there was a we couldn't get accommodation anywhere there because there was a vintage car club in town that night. So we ended up having to go right down through, and it was a bloody long drive towards the end of the day when we got to Kingston SE. And so yeah, we were planning on stopping way before then, but we just couldn't get accommodation on the day. So that's how it works sometimes. And so we went there, and yeah, went to all the little road and places like that, and we come back through the Great Ocean Road again and past some of the old family properties. And last time when we went to look at the Great Ocean Road, there was just buckets of buses with Asians in it, just tourist buses, and there was people everywhere. And we pulled in and we had a look, and we thought, we've just seen, we pulled in at every little lookout along the way, and we thought we'd missed the 12 Apostles. But this time there wasn't so many people there, so we had a look. And the first time we went a few years ago, it was cloudy, overcast and drizzly, and it was a beautiful sunny day this time. So yeah, that worked well. But yeah, stayed at Apollo Bay again. My grandma had a house at Apollo Bay, so we stayed there and walked up to the pub and went to the markets and all that. Then that got us up close to Ballarat for the Fergie fire up, and yeah, we caught up with Steve Harley, and yeah, just people that we've known for years. The Harry Ferguson Tractor Club, which I'm a member of. Yeah, they always have a stand there. They got some beautiful little medallions and things now, you know, hat pins and things to put on your tractor for the Harry Ferguson Tractor Club, and they've got a really nice one. Oh, probably so big. I probably should try and find a photo of it. And yeah, the 30-year medallion. So yeah, that was good. Then we thought we'd head home, and we didn't hurry on the way home. And yeah, we ended up even just down Maryborough there. Instead of driving past Maryborough, we thought, oh well, we'll pop in, because it was Thursday, pop into the markets. And so we stopped at the markets and bought a bit of sausage and yeah, just bits and pieces, and tootled on home. But ever since we come home, we've just been flat catching up. But anyway, that's all right. Yeah, it was good to have a break, and trouble is with having a break, you feel like more of them. So we'll see. We do try and do 2 trips a year nowadays. Now we're getting older, and we got the lovely staff, good staff at the moment. So we've had them not just at the moment, we've had them for yonks, and so yeah, we'll see if we can stay in Queensland next trip. I'm thinking of going out west, Western Queensland, just spend a bit of time tootling around there in the camper trailer through winter. It'll get cold in the camper trailer, but anyway, I got Lovey to keep me warm. But yeah, so it was a good breakaway. I'm playing catch up with YouTube. I just caught up with Barry from Man from the Mist with his David Brown, putting his stage 3 adjustments and things like that. I'm slowly catching up with that. Where our local vintage machinery club, Rum City Vintage Machinery Club, they've had a first aid course going, and you've got to do an online content or component of it. And Judy and I decided to do it, to support it, and it's no burden to carry a first aid certificate. And there's another lady in the club doing it, and Russell, one of our members, he does it. That's part of his side hustle. And so first week back, we didn't have time to look at it just because we were busy. And we thought, okay, over Easter we'll log into the site, we'll get this over and done with. Well, bugger me, the site's down for Easter. So it's next Sunday we've got to do the first aid training. And that means this week we're going to have to come back after work and do it overnight. There's I think Russell said about 5 or 6 hours or something. Anyway, I'm not 100% sure. I've done a couple of bits at work, but every time I get there early at work to try and sort some, well, the phone rings and then it just turns to shit from there. And so, Judy and I both had, we were both going to, and this was yesterday, Easter Sunday, early. Judy was up at, Saturday. Saturday. Judy was up at 4:30, went into her office in the house there, and she said, I don't know, and she's got her password and all that, but on the screen it's got, this site is closed. So the time we put aside to do it over Easter, when we don't get annoyed on phones and messages and things, the place was shut, wouldn't let us do it. So now we've got to work it out. We're up at 4:30 every morning anyway nowadays. So we've either got to get up earlier, or the shop shuts at 5. Perhaps go and have some dinner, then go back to the shop and spend a few more hours in there and do that. But with ACRA, we've got an ACRA Zoom meeting on Tuesday night, I think it is. So so anyway, I've got to get that done by the weekend. Then I was trying to get the 135 tidy. There's a local tractor show at Tagigi, which is about 32 k's north of Bundaberg, this Saturday, Sunday. And I was thinking of running a Fergie up there and attending the show, but only go for one day, because Sunday we have a club meeting and we have this first aid certificate, first aid course to complete. So, now we'll see how we go. We might be at the last minute finishing first aid courses and things like that. I just don't know, but we're going to try and get it done through the week of a night. I've got it on my work computer because I thought I'd have time in there for some reason. But anyway, we'll just see how we go with that. So we'll be quite busy. Jeff Parsons gave me a couple of Chamberlain brochures and parts books and things. I've scanned some of it. I'm having trouble scanning one of the parts books. It's an A4, so it's an A5, is it? And the bloody scanner doesn't want it, so I've got to bring it in now. I've scanned it 3 times. It's 101 pages, and I'm on the 3rd try. And so now I've got to actually do it in Ledger and then crop every page in. So I've got the software to do it, but it's just you've got to be in the right headspace. So I've got a couple of smaller ones done. I'm working on the bigger ones. It's for 9Gs, Chamby 9G. So it's just giving me trouble. And but by the time you scan 101 pages and you work out that, and I tried A4 because that's a bigger one, but then A4, it says on the thing to put A4 this way, but then it was cutting the bottom off the page. So, pain in the ass. But anyway, we'll get there. It'll all come good in the end. But we'll just see how we go. Keep an eye on the bundybearsshed.com.au website. In the technical section, we're slowly building that, and there might be one document a week. just depending what time I get. But if you have any digital brochures, parts books, service bulletins, anything like that, yeah, I'd love to have them, or a copy of them, and we'll put them out there for everyone to use for free, and they'll just be there. The big box of books up the top behind the 135, I've got it now. Oh, there's something bloody eye, probably from mowing. Yeah, I've got it so I can just run the 135 out and get the forklift and grab that box down now and take that up. But my office, my little machine shop up the front where I do the scanning, it's such a little place, and I've got boxes of books that are scanned now in there, so I've probably got to get them out and get them into this big box and get the other stuff down and do the circle of life for the books. So anyway, we'll see. Let's see how we go. But yeah, apart from trying to do this bonnet on this 135 and just tidy the loose ends up, I've polished the bonnet back. Now, what I've used, like I had not a bad finish off the gun with enamel with hardener in it, and I've just left it at that. But I was looking at it and I thought, oh, there's a couple of wrinkles there, and I was thinking of giving it a cut back with the polish and buff. And but part of CRC is repo and kitten, and so I've got some of this kitten wax. It's a cutting wax, cut and polish sort of stuff, and I've run that over the panels, and Jesus brought them up nicely. I'll show you the can when I'm up there, but yeah, just with the polish and buff, it's just any little imperfections or little bits of dust in it or something that, because I have to paint in the spray booth outside with the big blue roof. Yeah, it's done a bloody nice job of it. I'll take the camera up there shortly and show you, have a quick walk around. I'll show you the tanks we picked up and things like that. So, but yeah, this polish, it's bloody good. It's worked well on the enamel. It's just smoothed it out that little bit, and it's just put a little bit of extra gloss there. I do have to touch up the paint where I've put a couple of little marks in it. And for cleaning the gearbox on the Massey 20, I was going to buy another one of those garden hand pumps. And I bought one, but my other one shit itself, so it's got to go to the garden. So I was at Autobarn yesterday buying some hardener for some paint, and they had a couple of spray guns on special, so I was a sucker for a new spray gun. And Jude was with me. She said, "Do you need that?" I said, "No." She said, "You're going to get it?" Yep. So I think it was $280 later we got out of Autobarn, but yeah, painting's not my best thing, that's for sure. But we'll see how we go. But yeah, and there was a little $20 degreaser gun there, so I bought that, and I'll clean the gearbox out. While I've been away, I've had all the bungs out of the Massey 20, letting it all drain and that, but it does need a good rinse and a wipe out. So, but anyway, look, thanks for dropping by. I've had a bit of a rest from YouTube, which has been good. I've had so much going on. And yeah, now and then you just need a break, and it becomes a chore, not something you do for pleasure. It becomes a job, and so yeah, I was talking to other YouTubers that while I was away, and some of them have dropped back to fortnightly and monthly. They reckon it was just becoming a job and just flat out, and the fun goes out of it. And I said, yeah, I can sort of understand that a little bit. But anyway, we'll keep the stews coming. What other content we get out of that's just time. See how we go. We've got very busy months coming up. Yeah, like we say, with weddings and Freya's second birthday coming up. We've got to be at that. We've got a tractor show this coming next weekend, which I'm not sure about. Then we got the first aid kit this next weekend. Then in the middle we went while we were away. We went and stayed with the brother-in-law at Shoalhaven Heads, and he's coming up the weekend in the middle there somewhere for a couple of nights. So yeah, busy times ahead. But anyway, we live busy. That's how it works. So, but we've been enjoying a sleep in and over Easter, and yeah, back to the 4:30 hop up shortly. So, all right, thanks for dropping by, everyone. Stay with us. I'll get the camera going and I'll just show you a little bit of what we've been up to. Okay, this is a bit of a side thing I've done. Whoop. This is the number plate bracket to go under the front of the 135. Big hunk of angle iron. I had it on the Goldie earlier. I've got the headlight surrounds for the 135 sitting over there, repainted. Now, something I didn't mention in the stew was there is a set of mudguards for the Fordson Dexter. So the Fordson Dexter's had the mudguards chopped off at the bottom, and they don't touch the foot plates, and yeah, they're a bit dicky. So I've got myself a set of mudguards for them. They're Sparex, of course, and the number is, oh geez, I wish I could read that, 60686, and be 60685 the other one, I believe. So yeah, that's jobs coming up, and I've got the grill on the Massey 20 was buggered, so here's the painted spare for that. Okay, here's some of the haul from going shopping with Lovey yesterday. They just got these guns here. I often use them for undercoats and that, and this is just a little touch-up gun. I had a little touch-up gun that was bugging. I put it in the bin a few months back, so I bought that, and there's a little degreaser gun. I had one years ago, and you think I can find it? I'll probably find one now. I bought one. And these are the tanks that John the Tank Man Gilbert made for me in Mildura. So yeah, we picked them up while we were there. Oh, over the back there, they're new grill inserts for the Dexter. Now I'll see if I can zoom you into the Dexter. You can see it's just got a, oh come on, try and have a focus. No, anyway, it's got a bit of perforated mesh in the front grille, so while we're tidying up we're going to do that. The famous here of the clubs, I've got a little water leak under here I have to fix, and there's a bit of work to do on that yet, so they can't have that back quite yet. And the 135, now the polish I'm using from CRC, I'll put it up there, there's Kitten Ultra Cut. That's a CRC product. It's a company they own, and yeah, look, it's brought the paint up beautifully. It still needs another wash yet, you know, when you polish. And there's a couple of blemishes on it, but that's just me painting stuff. So it's looking not bad. I've got a mirror bracket up there now, so I need that for registration. And the light up the top there, we've got that there, so that's all there as well. I've got to assemble the headlights yet. The muffler needs a bit of a paint, it's got a couple of scratches. But what I'm having trouble with now is these bolts here. They're a little bit long, and when they go under here, it's actually the bonnet sitting down on the tank. So I have to shorten those, and I'm not sure about the ones on the catches here and on this bracket here. They're not quite touching these ones, but might pay to do them while I'm there, I suppose, just to make sure. So, but yeah, that took a lot longer than I thought it might. Pardon me. But yeah, she's looking good. She's nearly finished completely. In the cleanup, I got these out and got these running again, and had to play with them. I've had some of that on Facebook, and with the camper trailer out of here, we've got the Johnny there. I've got a gap here I can put the Dexter in, I reckon. So I might get the Dexter out of the weather and nose it in this bay here where we had the battery acid spill, and we can do the guards and move on to the 20. And I've upgraded the hitch on the camper trailer to a DO35 because that's what our friends are using. If we travel together it just makes sense. But that's the old McHitch off the camper. So the McHitch 3.5 tonne, that's just going to go on the car trailer that I tow tractors around with. It's just a better idea than a ball. So there you go. That's about it for the week, I think. Oh, I've nearly broken my bloody chair from sitting on it too much. So we bought a new one of them while we had to go to BCF, and we do a lot of sit and talk and looking out the door. So we've bought another chair to replace that when it breaks, not until it breaks. Okay, well it's late Monday, Easter Monday afternoon, and I've got the 13-inch grill fitted to the tractor now. I'll probably get an alternator guard. Get one or make one for that. That's probably not the best if we're going to have the tractor out and about. But yeah, we have the flashing light done. We have the mirror on. All brand new headlights. They're all working nicely. Yeah, the 13-inch grill, I had to shorten some of those bolts. It was actually quite a large job when I got into it. And the exhaust, I always used to have a little bit of black soot coming out of here, so I've used the CRC manifold cement for that, and that's tidied that up. And we've put a bit of white paint on that as well. It was just getting a few marks just with age. So that's it. There's nothing more, I think, that I can think of that needs to happen with the old girl. Actually, some of the wiring down there, I could probably get a bit of conduit and tidy that up. I think I've always liked those lights, so they look okay. But yeah, I think that'll do the little 135. Yeah, like I say, it's fully road registered. It's ready to go, and we have a couple of runs coming up this year, all being well. So anyway, we might yeah, put a camera mount on somewhere and take it for a lap.